Fran McCaffrey and squad are coming off 2 straight wins over Michigan and Maryland. The Hawks are currently 15-8 overall and 6-4 in the Big Ten.
And the Hawks look for the sweep when they'll host Minnesota Thursday evening for what will be their second meeting of the season. Iowa previously took down the Gophers on the road on January 13th.
Jared Uthoff hit the go-ahead 3 as the clock winded down to give the Hawks a 77-75 win. But we expect this second round of action to prove to be another heavily contested battle. Here's why.
When Iowa took down the Gophers last month, it gave them their 6th straight Big Ten loss. Since then, Minnesota has won 4 of their last 6 matches, including wins over Rutgers, Illinois, Nebraska, and Penn State. Minnesota statistically about the same, with the same 3 players averaging double digits in scoring in Andre Hollins, Maurice Walker, and Carlos Morris. Iowa was able to keep both Hollins and Walker in single digits, but it was Minnie's Morris that led with 20 points. Iowa's biggest defensive battle will come from behind the arc. Iowa allowed Minnesota to sink 9 threes. The Gophers are hitting 46% from long distance. Expect both teams to continue to shoot the ball well. Iowa shot 52% from field goals and Minnesota at nearly 46%. Hawks are averaging 43% but shooting above 60% in their last 2 matches. Gophers edging Iowa, averaging 46%. And the Hawks will have to be able to keep control of the ball as the Gophers rank 2nd in the country in steals at 11. Iowa is currently averaging 12 turnovers a game. But good news for Iowa's defense, Minnesota giving the ball on average away 13 times. Some key players for Iowa last time around: Jared Uthoff, Peter Jock, and Aaron White. Uthoff scored 11 of Iowa's final 14 points, including the Hawkeyes' last 7. The junior hit a 17-foot jumper with 3.5 seconds left to lift Iowa to victory. Minnesota had the chance to push that game into overtime when Minnesota's DeAndre Matthew went coast to coast, hitting the game-tying layup, but a replay would confirm that he didn't get the ball off in time and it was no good.
I'm sure that 2-point loss will be a huge motivator for the Gophers when they come into Iowa City tomorrow night.
It seems that the team is offensively finding their groove, but for one individual, his offensive game has been waiting to be put on display. And now that time has finally come. Men's basketball reporter Taylor Brooks has a story.
As one of the only true sophomores on the Iowa men's basketball roster, Peter Jock's 2nd year as a Hawkeye is becoming one for the books, as he's climbing in stats and making his name known in the Iowa program. Raised 114 miles west on Interstate 80 in Des Moines, Iowa, in high school, Peter Jock led the Class 4A scoring average with 24 points per game. With the health issues his first year as a Hawkeye, it has been a completely different story his 2nd year as he's climbed his way to the Iowa starting lineup.
He's been real close. I mean, he's had some great workouts, shot it real well after we got back, and it's great to see him get going. The guys look for him.
Jock's edge usually occurs from behind the arc, hitting 3 after 3 after 3.
I mean, I've been playing pretty good in practice and stuff, and in games just not going in. I mean, my shot's been feeling good, but I knew sooner or later they were going to start falling. So.
Last year's experience has led to more opportunity, Coach McCaffrey says. The lessons he learned, very valuable.
I would say this, Rick. I think he gained valuable experience last year. He at times didn't get to play. He got to play sometimes. As the season wore on, I think you saw him get more and more comfortable. He wasn't ready to defend at this level and be a consistent player last year. He wasn't ready to take care of the ball.
His stats this year all across the board have been completely different. Only attempting 46 three-pointers last year. This year, with the season only 3/4 of the way through, he's attempted 63 and made 23.
I mean, I feel like I'm just going to keep working on being a complete player instead of just a shooter.
With 2 more years here at Iowa, Jock has all the right tools to rise to the top. Inside Carver Hawkeye Arena, I'm Taylor Brooks for Daily Iowan TV Sports. Whitney, Jalen, back to you guys.
Thanks, Taylor. Jock's presence will need to be known as the Big Ten season progresses, especially with the conference tournament not too far away.
Iowa and Minnesota will tip off at 6 p.m. inside Carver Hawkeye Arena. Fans are encouraged to dress for whiteout.
And that will do it for us here at Courtside, but tune in tomorrow for Matt's side as we'll preview the Iowa wrestling duel against Michigan.